Hey friends, welcome to Farah Insights, where curiosity meets knowledge, and ideas inspire action, and together we'll explore ideas that help us learn, grow, and see the world differently. Let's explore together. Let me ask you a question. What if you could build one of the world's largest hospitality businesses without owning a single hotel? No hotel buildings. No traditional hotel rooms. No massive real estate portfolio. Sounds impossible, right? But that's exactly what Airbnb did. Airbnb transformed the way millions of people travel by connecting people who have extra space with people looking for somewhere to stay. And here's what makes the story fascinating. Airbnb didn't simply create another hotel company. It created a completely different business model. Today, we're going to explore how Airbnb challenged the traditional hospitality industry and discover the management principles behind its extraordinary growth. Part 1: The problem that created an opportunity. The story of Airbnb began in San Francisco. Two entrepreneurs were struggling to pay their rent. There was a major design conference coming to the city. Hotels were expensive, and rooms were difficult to find. They realized something interesting. People had extra space in their homes. Visitors needed affordable accommodation. What if technology could connect the two? That simple question became the foundation of Airbnb. The lesson here is incredibly important. Great businesses don't always begin with complicated technology. Sometimes they begin by identifying an unmet need. Part 2: Airbnb's different business model. Traditional hotels operate by owning or leasing properties. Airbnb took a completely different approach. It created a platform. The company connected two groups: hosts who wanted to earn income from available space, and guests who wanted accommodation. Airbnb didn't need to own every property. Instead, it created the infrastructure that allowed transactions to happen. This is known as a two-sided platform business model. And it's one of the most powerful business models of the digital economy. Think about it. Uber doesn't need to own every car. Amazon Marketplace doesn't manufacture every product. And Airbnb doesn't need to own every room. The platform creates value by connecting participants. Management insight. This is an important concept in platform strategy. A platform becomes valuable when it successfully connects different groups and makes interaction easier, safer, and more efficient. Part 3: The power of network effects. But there's a problem. Why would hosts join Airbnb if there aren't enough guests? And why would guests use Airbnb if there aren't enough hosts? This is where network effects become powerful. More hosts create more choices for guests. More guests create more opportunities for hosts. More participation makes the platform more valuable, which attracts even more participants. It's a cycle. More users, more value, more users. This creates a powerful competitive advantage. Once a platform becomes large enough, it becomes extremely difficult for competitors to replicate its entire network. Part 4: Trust, Airbnb's biggest challenge. But Airbnb faced a huge problem. Imagine staying in a stranger's home. Or allowing a stranger to stay in yours. Would you trust them? Probably not immediately. Trust became one of Airbnb's biggest strategic challenges. So the company developed systems designed to reduce uncertainty. Reviews. Ratings. Profiles. Identity verification. Secure payments. Communication systems. These features helped turn strangers into potential business partners. And this teaches us another important management lesson. Digital platforms don't simply need technology. They need trust architecture. Without trust, the network doesn't function. Part 5: Disrupting the hotel industry. Airbnb didn't simply compete with hotels on price. It changed the value proposition. Hotels offered standardized rooms. Airbnb offered variety. Hotels offered traditional hospitality. Airbnb offered local experiences. Hotels primarily operated in commercial locations. Airbnb opened accommodation in neighborhoods around the world. This is an example of disruptive innovation. Airbnb changed what customers expected from accommodation. Travelers weren't simply asking, "Where can I sleep?" They started asking, "What kind of experience can I have?" Part 6: The Dark Side of Disruption. But every disruptive business creates new challenges. Airbnb has faced debates around housing affordability, regulation, neighborhood impact, safety, taxation, and the relationship between hosts, guests, cities, and traditional businesses. This reminds us that innovation isn't automatically positive for every stakeholder. Responsible management requires organizations to consider the broader ecosystem in which they operate. A successful business must create value, but it must also understand its social and regulatory environment. Part 7: 5 Business Lessons from Airbnb. Lesson 1: Don't assume you need to own the assets. Sometimes the greatest business opportunity is connecting people who already have them. Lesson 2: Build platforms, not just products. Platforms can create value by enabling interactions between different groups. Lesson 3: Network effects can become a competitive advantage. As participation increases, the platform can become more valuable. Lesson 4: Trust is an economic asset. Reviews, ratings, verification, and transparency can reduce uncertainty and encourage transactions. Lesson 5: Disruption comes with responsibility. Companies must consider customers, communities, regulators, employees, and other stakeholders. Research Spotlight. Connect Airbnb's story to 3 important management concepts. 1. Platform business model. Explain how platforms create value by facilitating interactions between multiple groups rather than simply selling a traditional product. 2. Network effects. Show how increasing participation can increase the value of a platform and create barriers for competitors. 3. Disruptive innovation. Discuss how new business models can change customer expectations and challenge established industries. Airbnb's story teaches us something powerful. Sometimes, you don't need to own the resources. You need to know how to connect them. The world's most successful digital businesses increasingly operate as platforms. They connect. They coordinate. They build trust. And they create value through networks. If today's video gave you a new perspective or sparked your curiosity, don't let the learning stop here. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Farah Insights, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an insight. Stay curious, keep learning, and remember, one insight can change everything. See you in the next video.